everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time here, thank you so much for being here, guys. Your love and support means so much to me, and I know I've been gone for a while. I've just been so busy with summer class, but I am back. Today we're making an easy peasy shrimp chow mein. And I know everyone is like, Gabby, you're Nigerian. Yes, I am Nigerian, but I am very diverse with eating and cooking. So today I'm making one of my favorite easy recipe, which is shrimp chow mein, and this recipe I've been tried and tested by a lot of people, and it's pretty good, I must say. The first thing we need to do is prep our sauce. This recipe is pretty easy and straightforward, and you really need to prep everything before you start cooking because yeah, it's a lot of prepping but a very short time of cooking. First thing we need to do is make our sauce, and we're gonna make our sauce with soy sauce. Definitely need that. Oyster sauce, you definitely need that. Sugar, cornstarch, sesame oil, and crushed pepper for heat. For this recipe, or for any chow mein recipe really, you need soy sauce and oyster sauce. Every other thing is just extra because I'm adding the cornstarch to kind of give it like a thickness, to give my sauce some kind of like a thickener, you know. And then the sesame oil really is to give it more flavor. You can use vegetable oil if you prefer that, or any oil of your choice really, but I prefer sesame oil because it gives it such a nice flavor. And then the crushed pepper is for heat. Sugar is because Asian recipe without sugar, I don't know if that's Asian recipe, I'm sorry. The next thing we need to do is season our shrimp. If you're gonna use chicken, you could actually use anything you want. I'm just using shrimp because it's my preference, but you could use chicken, beef. I've tried this with chicken and it was also really good. I am seasoning my shrimp today with cayenne pepper, black pepper, and salt, and I'm just gonna let that sit, like I'm letting my sauce sit for a little bit. Like I said, I'm doing all this first because chow mein is pretty easy and it's just bam, 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 and it's ready. Also, you need to prep all your vegetables, which I have put the ingredient at the beginning of this video and the amount I use for this video. The next thing we need to do is prep our noodles also. I got the steamed chow. This is actually a chow mein noodles, and I got it from the Asian store. It's usually very hard to find, but you could find the dried one, or you could even use spaghetti or linguine or whatever you really want to use. I just prefer using this, and thankfully I have an Asian store by my house, so it's pretty easy to find. And I'm gonna let that sit in hot water for about 5 minutes, and then I will drain it. Now let's get right into cooking. A little bit of vegetable oil. We're gonna saute our shrimp on high. I like to cook my shrimp first and get it out of the way because I hate it when shrimp is overcooked. It tastes like rubber band, and I am not in the mood to have rubber band in my food. So I always cook my shrimp on high, 2-3 minutes, stir it occasionally, and good to go, because we're still going to cook it at the end. So we're going to saute that for 3-4 minutes and then set it aside. Like I said, you could use chicken. If you're using chicken, it's really the same process. You need to cook your chicken a little bit first, take it out of the pan, and then start cooking your chow mein. And I can also say that at the beginning of this video, chow mein goes like pam, 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 and it's like ready. It's just like, it's so fast, it's so easy, but the prep time is usually longer than the cooking time. Cooking time really is like 7 minutes. Prep time probably like 30 minutes, because if you need to cut your carrots a certain shape, you need to cut your cabbage, your oyster mushroom, or your mushroom, or whatever vegetables you're using. That takes time. If you want to be, you know, a lazy person, which is okay, you could buy the already cut vegetables, which is not bad also. I am using this carrot that my amazing fiance cut for me because he's such a sweetheart, and he helped me prep all my vegetables while I was doing my online class, which was really nice of him. We're gonna add carrot first because it takes a bit longer to cook. So carrot first, ginger, garlic. We're gonna saute that on high heat for about 3 minutes. I like my vegetables crunchy because my noodles is kind of soft, and then my vegetable is what gives it that nice crunch. If you like your vegetables soft, make it longer. But we all know the normal chow mein recipe usually comes with crunchy vegetables, soft noodles, and a flavorful sauce, and that's my favorite part about chow mein. So I'm gonna cook this for about 3 minutes on high heat, and I'm using my wok pan that I just got from Walmart, and I absolutely love it. The old one, the handle broke and it was a mess. So I'm glad I bought this new one. It was like $15 and it was such a good deal. Now I'm gonna add my oyster mushroom. The 3 vegetables you really need for chow mein is carrots, cabbage, and bean sprouts. Every other thing is an extra, and any vegetable I'm adding is what I like. It's my preference. You could use whatever vegetables you like. So I'm gonna add oyster, mushroom. I'm gonna add cabbage, which is a thinly shredded cabbage, and then I am gonna add bean sprouts, and then I'm gonna stir fry that on high heat again for 3 minutes. Like I said, I like it crunchy, so I don't want to overcook anything. And seriously, I don't even like overcooked vegetables. It just kills all the nutrients, so we're not doing that. I'm gonna keep stir frying for 3 minutes. You also, one thing about using a wok is you want to keep stirring occasionally because it burns really fast. Because you cook everything on a wok on high heat, it cooks really fast also. So now I'm gonna add my green onions, which is optional. If you go to an Panda Express, you might not find green onions. They usually just do carrots and cabbage and bean sprouts. But I am making the typical chow mein recipe, so yes, I am adding as much vegetables, and I love vegetables, so why not? I'm gonna stir fry all that again for about a minute, and then I'm gonna add my noodles. Like I also said at the beginning of this video, you could use any noodles of your choice. I'm using a steamed chow mein noodles that I got from an Asian store. You could use past spaghetti, you could use dried chow mein. Just cook as the instruction says, and you're ready to go. Now I'm gonna add my beautiful sauce, because that sauce gives it the color, the flavor, the smell of the sesame oil. Everything just blends in so well and so good, I swear. After I finish eating this recipe, you don't even what's Asian, what's Panda Express? Panda Express cannot stand near this recipe. It's nothing. This is like a typical chow mein recipe. Now I added my sauce, added a little bit of water, and then I'm gonna cook that for about 2-3 minutes or until the water is dried. And I'm also gonna add my shrimp midway. Like I said, I do not like overcooked shrimp. Anything overcooked is not for me. I get really mad when I overcook my salmon or when I overcook my fish, because those things don't really need to cook that long. So now I'm gonna add my shrimp, like I said, and I'm gonna stir fry that for an extra 2 minutes or until the water is dry, and we're good to go. And that is it. That's how easy it is. Like literally, that took what, 5 minutes? The prepping time is what takes longer, and that's why you need to make sure that everything is ready to go and you're just cooking. Because if everything is not ready to go, it's really not gonna work out, and it's gonna be a mess, because then you're dicing this and chopping that, and you don't want to do that. You can also add more vegetables. Sometimes I add celery, sometimes I do a little bit more vegetables, less vegetables. You could do whatever you want. That's a good thing. As long as you're using the sauce that I needed for chow mein, it's gonna come out the same flavor. A lot of people also add rice vinegar to it. I think that's to just make it last, but this was all gone in one day because I sold 2 plates, and it was pretty easy. And look at that. Look at how beautiful that looks. My kitchen smells amazing. We had this for dinner. It was absolutely amazing. So I really hope you guys try this recipe and tell me how it goes. And trust me, you won't need to go to Panda Express or any even Asian restaurant anymore, because now you know how to make it. If you guys like this video, do not forget to subscribe, like, comment, share. Thank you so much for all your support.